Jordan runs a frame company called Project 399. He actually tells us all the details you need to know about his financials in today's episode. It's pretty humorous because he doesn't really care if you know those details. Anyways, I hope that you enjoy this episode. What besides I know that DRL probably is not it's how many weekends out or 5-day filming sessions out of the year?
That depends on who you are.
Let's say that you go all the way.
Sure. So we have 7. Well, not like that. We have 7 races. At least this year, every single pilot is in every single race. Mm-hmm. That is something new this year, and that's something as pilots we fought for. So we all have 7 races that give or take 5 to 6 days ish each.
Okay.
So six weeks of work for filming.
Okay.
And then obviously all the training on the side / social media content creation, blah blah blah, that we have to do to also, that's our public personas, I guess. And then a few of us, I don't want to say a lot, but some of us do auxiliary work with DRL for promotional purposes. Mm-hmm. TV interviews, magazine interviews, activations at expos.
Sure.
Other appearances and whatnot. So that's a bunch of other work, but not all the pilots do all that stuff. So I did a bunch of that because the 2-time world champ thing.
Yeah.
Eric's been doing a lot of that stuff. Makes sense.
Yeah. When you're not engaged in DRL, are you still eating, sleeping, and breathing drones?
Oh yeah. So if you look in this room, that
mm-hmm.
shelf has drones on it. That shelf has cameras for drones on it. That shelf has hardware for drones on it. That's all drone parts. That's all drone building parts, like tools and stuff. Yeah. And then there's a workbench right there.
Yeah.
That's all drone stuff. That's all Project 399 inventory. And then that's all more inventory and drone parts. So if you look at my desk in my room, yes, there's drone parts.
Drone parts everywhere.
Everywhere. Yes, absolutely.
So what kind of, I guess what I'm getting at is, besides DRL, I'm sure that you actively pursue drones as a career.
Yeah.
So what kinds of other things do you do in that drone career?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I do some filming work here and there. Last winter, so I'm an avid skier. That was what I did before drones. I was a ski bum. I skied 4 to 5 times a week.
Okay.
I have this obsessive personality when it comes to things that give me adrenaline and excitement. Mm-hmm. And so I've kind of transferred that mentality to drones. But yeah, so I last winter I went and filmed with skiers out in Sun Valley, Idaho. And a bunch of pro Salomon sponsored skiers, which is a big ski clothing outdoor company. We were out in the backcountry for 10 days, I want to say, filming, which that should be dropping sometime this fall, actually, because you always film ski movies a year before. So yeah, those are some things that I've done with drones. I haven't inspired to. AP work, blah, blah, blah. But so that's actually what got me into it. Not the AP work, but I was a freelance photographer before drones, filming or photographing skiers and mountain bikers and that kind of whatnot. So that's what got me into drones, which was like, oh, hey, drones, this is 2013. I was like, drones exist. That's cool. That's something I can add to my freelance toolkit. And then
Little did you know.
Yeah, I put the goggles on and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then the rest is history. But yeah. I mean, so I've finally now gotten back to what got me into drones, which is filming cool perspectives with them. But so is everyone else. So what I thought I was going to be the first at back in 2013, now there's thousands of people who are able to do that. So.
Do you think, for you, do you think that drones will be the rest of your professional life?
Yeah. For the most part.
Okay.
I mean, but like the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, the whole, not just DRL, but the whole.
To me, drones are like the power drill, right?
Yeah.
Like the amount of ways and avenues that it can be used is not even slightly tapped yet. So yes, I do believe drones is my life career. I don't know how. It might be racing, it might be, agricultural, it might be photographic, it might be like I honestly don't know how, but one way or another, yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the ways I like to end my interviews is give you a set of quick questions, and they're quick questions. They don't have to be quick answers.
Okay.
So my favorite is the first one. So you have to pick one piece of gear. You never ever have to replace it, but you can never upgrade it. What would you pick?
That I get to keep forever.
Forever. It never breaks. You never have to replace it, but you can never upgrade it. You're stuck with it forever.
I know.
What's that?
My soldering iron.
All right.
That's an easy one. Well, I mean, I can think of a better one than that. But that soldering iron, I have one of the old Weller WS51s or whatever.
Okay.
My dad bought it for me for my birthday when I was like 15 or something. So it's like 15 years old.
Wow, yeah.
I'm 28 now. And I have only ever had to replace the wand thing for like $20 once.
Okay.
And it solders everything. I'm actually a Hako hater myself. Weller for life. But yeah. That's an easy one because I don't have a need to upgrade it, and it has already lasted me forever.
All right.
But in terms of drone gear, I don't know, man. I'm really happy with my current setup, which is the.
Well, let's talk about that. What is it?
Yeah. Should we talk about like the drones I fly?
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure Project 399 is my little drone company. Got a sticker right here.
Oh. There you go.
So that was, to be honestly transparent, me going, man, selling frames is easy money. Because you just come up with a design, you pay a dude in China $25-$30 each to make it, and then you can sell it for $75. So yeah, I mean, that's honestly my margins. There you go, everybody.
Yeah,
that's how much it costs to make a frame. Ooh. Funny thing is, that's how much it costs anybody to make a frame. So I made a classic bus 5-inch frame, which is the Super G, and I started selling it, and then I made 7-inch arms for it, and then the whole 7-inch dead cat thing just took off. So that I don't actually really fly my 7-inch, but I do have. Let's see if I can grab it.
Yeah.
This right here.
Okay.
That is...
What is the wingspan on that thing?
So it's a 7-inch frame.
Okay.
I don't really know what the motor to motor is. But that was my Racer 4 analog. So it was before we got Racer 4, I knew it was going to be 7 inches, and I knew it was going to be give or take 1,000 plus grams like the old one. So I built that, and I started flying that before the Racer got the Racers in our hands. I mean, that's my favorite frame, and I've been flying that for since February, and I love it because it's flies like nothing else anyone else has. It never ever breaks. I have yet to replace an arm. I probably have 600 batteries through that quad.
Wow.
And the only thing I've ever replaced is a camera lens because I've dinged a thing. But yeah, so I actually just got a small batch of 30 because I had so many people start going, hey man, can I buy that? Hey man, can I buy that? Because funny enough, a lot of people are sick of fixing quads. I am one of them. Yeah. As someone who has built hundreds of quads in the past however many years it's been since 2013, I'm sick of fixing quads, man. If you were like, hey, is there one thing you burnt out when it comes to drones, it's quad repair. And I hate soldering, and I hate this hate's a strong word, I dislike this mentality that a lot of drone pilots have, that there's a gatekeeping of you need to be able to solder to be a real drone pilot kind of thing, and I think that's a load of crap. I think it's just a bunch of people who are too insecure that they dude, anyone should be able to fly, and it shouldn't matter if you solder or not.
I agree.
Why the fuck does that matter? So I'm on a campaign to both design a quad that will never break and make it so easy to build that you can do it behind your back.
That's awesome.
Step one is the frame, and it's as simple as it gets. It's just a bunch of carbon. It's 6 mil arms, and they're 25 mil thick, and all the plates are 3 mil. And and
it's got the DJI system on it.
Oh yeah, this one's got the DJI because it's plug and play, dude. All I did was solder the motor wires onto the ESC, and then solder the little harness onto the flight controller.
Man,
and I was done.
Dude, when I got to see that thing first person, that is mind blowing.
Dude,
it's mind blowing.
I'm all for it. Because most of the flying I do is just pretty close in.
Yeah.
And yeah, but so all the local guys, I've watched them. They have skinny arm race frames because that's what the pros fly, and that's what the internet tells you to build if you want to race. And I'd see them breaking arms left and right, and they're getting sick of fixing quads because they just want, they only have a Saturday to fly, and they go out on Saturday, and then they fly and they break an arm, and then they have to fix it and blah blah blah, and they just want to fucking fly because it's Saturday. So I think that this is actually appeal to a lot of people, which is it's the weekend warrior frame.
I like it.
You build it once and you're done, and you never have to worry about it again. And then you always have a quad in your trunk that if you broke all your quads, you're like, well, at least I can still fly.
Yeah.
It ain't the fastest, it ain't pretty, but it's always going to be there.
How does it freestyle?
It's fine. This is 1300 kV, which is on 5S.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, no, I like to do things a little differently. And it flies plenty fast. I'm relative. I wouldn't say I'm competitive with it, but if you want to fly and cruise around, it will fly for 5-6 minutes of full throttle. You could hold full throttle for 6 minutes straight and have a dang good time. And
heck yeah.
And it's fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How and I know this is I won't even ask that question. I was ask you how often you get to fly, but I think the answer is probably every day right now.
Yeah. Every other, very frequently.
Okay. What's the first tip you would give to a brand new pilot?
The first tip I always give is to find your local MultiGP chapter.
Okay.
So I think step one is go out, talk to real people, learn real experiences. I believe that advice on the internet can be skewed to some degree, for multitudes of reasons. But the best advice you're going to get is face to face with someone local who's like, yo, don't buy that because, I mean, look what happens. Or do buy this. It's awesome. Watch me crash it a bunch of times. Yeah, I think it's go find your local MultiGP chapter, make some friends, say hello, ask for some advice, and then it's go simulate. Learn all that for a while so that you don't spend too much money breaking all your shit. And then buy my frame, which won't break, isn't so fast that you can't even fly it because you're new. That's the other thing about like those ultra fast race frames that everyone's recommending.
Right.
You can't fly it as a new dude. Like that's a load of crap. I have like full resolution. You have like you need something that's a little slower, that's a little more relaxed, that carves instead of just teleports. Yeah. So that's something that's another market segment that I think doesn't really exist right now, which is like newbie builds. Because I think a quad that someone new should build is different than a quad that someone is experienced should build. Like very, very different. So 1300 kV, big 5S 5200, you get to fly for 6-7 minutes.
That's a lot of stick time.
It won't go so fast that you lose control of it, and if you do, it's okay. Yeah,
that's actually great. That's a great it's a great mentality. I wish I would have had something like that at the beginning.
Yeah, just something big and slow that you can see, right? Like if you wanted to practice line of sight, you can see it. It's not just gonna blink, and disappear into the sky in a little throttle bump.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. How can people find you? Where can they go looking for you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram.
You're kind of the Instagram king.
Yeah, jet.fpv. I like it because it's easy. It's out of laziness. YouTube is my name, Jordan Temkin. I have not been very active on that as of late. Okay. But now I actually just moved into this house less than a month ago. Okay. So I have an office now, and I'm actually going to start getting back on my YouTube grind. And then project399.com is where you can find the things that I make and sell. And my company is pretty much just I make things for myself because I want them, like my hats. And then if you want to also buy it because you think it's rad, you can buy it. Okay. Yeah. Awesome, not much to it. Easy peasy.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No, thanks for having me. It was a great chat.
Definitely. All right, man. We'll talk to you very soon. Thank you to Jordan for coming on the show. This was truly awesome. I mean, just listening to that voice for a solid hour was... God, guys, could you not listen to him talk forever? I mean, this is not anything weird. Just the guy's got a good voice. Thank you to Jordan. It was awesome to have him. Thank you to my patrons. As I promised, I'm not going to go into any big spiel, but thank you to my patrons. Think about joining if you'd like to. And also look out for Give Back October. Like I said, in Give Back October, we're going to talk to the folks who have a really good story to tell, but they don't have the fame to go with it. And I think this is a good way for us to really focus on what it means to be part of the drone community. Anyways, thank you all for joining, and I'll talk to you soon.